Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Aquarius, finally getting out your October reading. It has been crazy in my schedule. So thank you guys for bearing with me, and just understand that as I explained to some of the other signs, I am closing down my retail space and completely converting to everything online at this time. So with that, my life has been extremely hectic, and my timelines of when I wanted to do things hasn't quite worked out the way I had hoped. But moving forward, hopefully, excuse me, after this week, things are going to settle down and things will be more consistent. So thank you for bearing with me. Aquarius, this is going to be your October 2023 reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And just a side note too, not that it really matters. This hair, look at this, is craziness. I had some health issues too last week, so, but better, everything is good. So there's all my reasons as to why things are delayed. That is what is going on in my world. Welcome to my world. Okay, so Aquarius, let's just jump right into it. And for those of you who have subscribed, liked, commented, shared the channel, thank you so very much. And for those of you who've booked personal readings with me, thank you. And for those of you who have donated to the channel, it helps to keep it going. So I appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you. Aquarius, dual is the word that came through when I was doing some channeling before I sat down, or before I opened up the video here. I think that this is going to be a split energy between some of you. I'm going to say half of the Aquariuses are standing in their power of protection. The other half of you guys, this could be a duel with yourself. This could be a duel outside of yourself. As we pull the cards, we're going to see what this is about. But I think you're seeing a lot of ebbs and flows right now as well. And Spirit is directing my attention to the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows. And you may be feeling like those highs and those lows, some of them are coming in crashing pretty hard. Others are seeming to take some time. You may see a time frame where things seem really high. It seems to last for a while, then you're hitting a low, it's lasting for a while, then it could be a high and a low real fast. So it's kind of like your energy frequency. And this could just be, Spirit's also drawing my attention to your health and well-being. So this also could be a fluctuation in the moods that you're having right now too, kind of going up and down. It's like, fuck it. And then it's like, okay, I'm okay now, like I'm good. So you could see this ebb and flow of ups and downs, right? And I know Aquarius, the last few readings that I've done for you guys, whether it be in the weekly and stuff, they've really, kick up your heels. It was interesting, but what I was saying is your readings seem to have some heavy connotations to them. When I pulled out the Aquarius card, because it was the last one I needed to do, it came out in the reverse, and it just screamed at me shadow side. And then just as these cards, as I started to shuffle, kick up your heels came out in the reverse as well. So let's dive in. Let's dive in, Aquarius. What does Aquarius need to know for October? I feel like there's a lot. I don't know why I keep getting this feeling, Aquarius, that like you guys in Virgo, and you could have a Virgo placements and stuff. But this energy seems so heavy for you guys for some reason. Kindness. I feel like kindness is the challenge right now, because I feel like you may feel like other people are pushing your buttons. Things around you are pushing your buttons, and being kind through what is happening for you right now could be very challenging. I don't know why I'm getting this dual, this challenging kind of energy for you guys, but I really, really am. I also am hearing from Spirit there are two sides to every story. You may be taking into consideration that maybe it's something that you heard or something that was said, something to that effect. You're realizing that maybe there's another side to this, and this could be the duality within you of that light and that dark, or going, okay, did I really take into consideration all of the things that surround a particular situation? We have body movement come out too. It could be time for you to learn how to be a little more carefree. I almost feel like some of you are kind of sitting or stagnant. You're not making the movement that you need to make, that is going to lighten you up, right? Like when we think about when we exercise, that exercise helps to lighten our mood. It gets the adrenaline pumping in the body. It's releasing endorphins. It's releasing feel-good kind of energy. If you're sitting around and you're stagnant right now, I don't know where you are, but for us, it's like where we are, it's getting colder. And it's like, do you really want to go outside? We went from like 85 degrees last week down to like 50 for a high. So it's like culture shock, right? Like, whoa, we moved somewhere else. But I also feel like the body is just asking for you to take care of it, to nurture it, to not be stagnant. Some of you could be working with your hands, doing like craft projects, things like that too. Kind of feel like you're kind of piddling with some things. Could be piddling around the house with things as well, is what Spirit is giving me. So, but I really feel like kindness, the Spirit is reminding you to be kind, reminding you to create a space of growth for yourself and for those around you, even when those energies are challenging. I feel like for some of you, again, looking back on the past, and I want to do another video. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do it. When we talk about the past, it's not necessarily people coming back from the past. And I think I said this in Scorpio's video or another sign's video. But you're looking back to the past of what lit you up or what you thought was going to work out favorably as opposed to what it did, is what Spirit just said. And thank you, Spirit, for that. But it's like you may feel like you're alone in certain areas of life right now as well, and trying to navigate the feelings that are attached to that. Cat has been crazy again. He's always crazy, so bear with the ruckus as he's over there beating around on stuff. All right, resolution, and that open up comes out pretty much sideways, more so in the reverse. Resolution is going to be about the direction in which you need to make a decision on where it is that you're going. Whatever you've been struggling with is waiting to be resolved. And I feel, again, that dual. A lot of you, if you feel like there's a situation that surrounds you that you don't have closure on, or something that you need to find a way to bring this space within you to a space of relief, right? What can you do? Where do you actually have control? What can you take the reins of to make that movement without like power punching? I just get this energy of like this power punching energy of like everybody and everything that's coming around you, just like boom, 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 boom. Like, and for some of you, it may be good if you're knocking out negative forces in your life. For others of you, it's a challenge for you to understand that there's another way to handle the situations in which you're dealing with. And I'm going to go right back to this kindness card here that is like, okay, the old adage of you get more bees with honey than you do vinegar. Learning how, Spirit is saying, learning how to communicate and open yourself up to create space. Body movement also creates space. It's our energetic flow, right? Like that, where our hands extend and reach, how our body just extends out. That is our energy field. That is within our personal space. Learning how to open that up without holding back in the presence. Looking back into the past, Aquarius, is to have worry, right? We think about the past and we have worries and we have fears and we have thoughts and we have ruminating ideas. To look to the future is for us to live in anxiety. And I think Rumi had worded it something to that effect. Very powerful words when you think about it. To live in the past is to be in a state of worry. To live in the future is to be in a state of anxiety. But to live in the now is to be present. And when we're present and we're aware of what is going on in our world as it stands at that very moment, our perspective is going to change and shift. And I think that's very important for you right now, Aquarius, is to be present, to check in with yourself and go, are my feelings valid for the right reasons? Like, of course, if you feel that way, it's valid, but understanding why you feel that way so that you can then resolve it and come to this resolution. But I feel like whatever it is that you're caught up on is making you feel very stuck. Everything feels very difficult. There may be no fun in what it is that you are doing or trying to create at this time. You may feel like nothing is moving, but yet there is an allure to wanting to make something move or something to change and shift as well. So let's see here. Okay. For Aquarius, please, Spirit. The Moon. Hidden emotions, hidden anxieties. Again, the duality of that black and white. Too many cards. I feel like you guys, you want to start something new. You want to start making some forward progress and movement. This month, we have the full moon in Taurus. I think that's the 28th of October. Could be a very significant time frame for you, is to decide what it is that you want to do, how it is that your emotions are going to come up, and you're going to be able to reveal to yourself what it is that needs to change. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. That Fool card showed its face and it came back out again. Nine of Pentacles is very independent, self-sustaining energy, almost to that 10. And the Fool, the thing that, sorry, the cat. The cat and my kid are fighting, nothing new. The Nine of Pentacles, again, it's being able to fill your own cup. It's being able to fill your own sense of stability. The Fool card, taking a risk, making movement, trusting that wherever you're going, you're going to be caught. You're starting this journey all over again. And I think for some of you too, this is very much about learning to start your journey over again. It's like you may have closed out a cycle, but I feel like maybe in the physical form you have closed out a cycle, but energetically you're still hanging on to the past that's attached to this. Okay, so let's see here. Look at these cards. They're flying out for you guys. The Four of Wands, the Knight of Wands. I'm going to leave that in the sideways position as it came out. That Four of Wands is a cause of celebration. I feel like there was, I'm going to call this a state of entrapment with that Four of Wands and the Moon. You may have thought that you had freed yourself up from something. Yeah, and there we go. I talked about Virgo earlier. There's the Hermit card. You've got Cancer and Virgo. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. Too much chaos coming from another space. I apologize. Shut the door again. All right, so you could be dealing with a Cancer or a Virgo as these cards come out. What I think about this for you guys is I feel like, again, there's the space of entrapment, that celebration. I feel like that celebration was preemptive. There was something to this that you were missing. It may have felt good in the moment. It seemed like the right thing to do. It was a lighter-hearted energy. You were connecting with something or someone that did allow you. You know, it's funny that kick up your heels comes out in the reverse over there, and you look at this horse and this girl with that Knight of Wands is kicking up your heels, having some fun. But now I feel like that's starting to shift. This is the present energy, right? It's starting to shift, and what we end up with is the Hermit going within. You know, there's a change that's happening with you, and I think what this stems out to is a realization that someone could have left you hanging. That Five of Swords, there may be things that you're starting to realize that seemed a bit deceptive to the Ten of Pentacles, and even the Ace of Cups. Somebody could have been coming in, offering you some kind of positive new beginning, or Spirit is saying, talking something up to you, going, well, you could do this and you could do that. And it's kind of like, I feel like this person or this situation was feeding your head with ideas that maybe were short-lived. It almost feels like they weren't sustaining whatever their word was, or they are not sustaining what their word is. Now in the space of the Hermit is feeling alone, feeling like you have to go within, and now you're starting to almost trying to listen to your own inner voice, your own inner guidance. The Ten of Pentacles is, you know, them, to me it's like them taking half with that Five of Swords, knocking you back down to that 5. They may have started to make you feel better about something or a situation. You could have thought that this person or situation was in your corner, but it's funny, I look here and the High Priestess is kind of trying to stick her head out here, and again, listening to your own inner voice, right? Being your own guide and not listening to other people's opinion, because it's like what you thought was coming in for you, or who it was that you thought was standing up for you somehow. You're realizing that it wasn't all that it was cracked up to be, is how this feels. So let's see, Aquarius, what's going on with this Moon and the Four of Wands? The Eight of Wands, fast talker, right? That Eight of Wands, fast talking, communication. This particular situation, again, you could have been dealing with a Cancer. The Justice card on the bottom. To me, this is kind of like karmic kind of stuff. I've been getting a lot of karmic kind of energy even from the Justice card, and typically the Wheel of Fortune, the World card, right? But this is karmic. You know, they could have mistaken your kindness for weakness as well. And that may have shut that kindness down from you, that it's like, I'm not going to operate from that place if this is the way that it's going to be. But I also feel like this person's aim was to almost be careless in the sense of let's celebrate and let's have fun and let's do these things. But in the same breath, it's like they were coming in for self-serving purposes. Were they using you to gain something in that particular moment? I talked about that shadow side. I always see this Justice card, and again, I'm 1111 too, being here, is that karmic, or not the karmic, but that, well, the shadow side, right? I see this as her pushing down that shadow, as her defeating that shadow in this. And I feel like that is that duel, that is that struggle, is to recognize maybe your own toxic traits. That's a tough thing, right? That's like eating a big old slice of humble pie and then taking accountability for how we play a role in our own misery at the end of the day. So, and then, you know, when we entangle with other people, maybe you're trusting of that, you believe in that, but then once things kind of settle down and maybe the initial, you know, you think about like if it's a relationship, that initial like, oh my gosh, I'm totally enthralled with this idea and this person. But then once that honeymoon kind of phase starts to wear off and things start to settle down, you start to see things a little more clearly, right? And that could be what's happening. And I will say to you with that Justice card, energy of Libra, and I do believe Libra's video for the month of October was talking about the honeymoon phase. So you could also be dealing with somebody that is a Libra as well. So, meaning that came out of my mouth. So what is this? What tried to come out? The Five of Wands. Okay. Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Holy Spirit. King of Wands, Sag, Leo, Aries. That Five of Swords pops back out on the bottom. Self-fulfilling prophecy is what Spirit just provided to me. You know, that King of Wands, he's very assertive. But to me, with this particular deck, the hunter can tend to become the hunted, right? So it's like if you were dealing with somebody who was falsified with this Five of Swords, that sabotaging kind of energy, if you've watched them turn their back on somebody else, know that it's a matter of time that they turn their back on you. I tell people all the time in general, pay attention, because I talked about that Nine of Pentacles being that self-serving energy, right, is how it's coming through with that moon beside it, is when you pay attention to how people behave or treat other people or how quickly they will react rather than respond, or the things that they say or do behind the scenes, behind a person's back, that's indicative as to who they are. That's going to show you exactly what they are capable of. They are showing you big picture of what they're about. And if they've done this with you, if they've sat back with you and had conversations about somebody or something, or was plotting against or whatever, this Five of Swords is just such a win at all cost kind of energy. It's a matter of when until they do it to you. And that may be why this Knight of Wands, that kicking up your heels kind of energy, comes out in the reverse and in sideways position, that it's like, wait a second, the slowdown is starting to occur. The hype from a particular situation is starting to settle. And you're realizing that maybe for a moment you felt victorious in a situation. Maybe you guys had a common goal or a common agenda. But the problem with this is every man was out for themselves, right? Gender doesn't matter. But that's really how it feels. And now it's kind of like you're caught looking at the separation of that situation. If this was a third party kind of situation, that now you're dealing with the energies of what's left over. If you created a tower moment occurred, this is the residual of what's left. And now it's kind of like setting off a bomb and blowing up your own house, trying to, get rid of your neighbors. Horrible example, but just making the statement, like doing something so stupid that it sabotages you, like it's drinking your own poison, right? Forgiveness. If we don't forgive another person for a situation, we're drinking our own poison. Same energy. It's just like doing something that you feel is going to benefit you in the long run when it comes to another person or situation, only for it to blow up in your face later on. Be mindful. But with this person, this situation, you may also feel like somebody else is not showing you what they're capable of either. And I don't know where that came from, but side message from Spirit there. So just be very mindful at this time, Aquarius. The Fool and the Hermit. Way too many cards. All right, let's see. Aquarius, the Sun. I do think that your disconnection from a particular, reading, researching, so on and so forth with the Page of Swords, incoming communication potentially, the Emperor, the Hierophant. I'm going to revert back to the fact that I said that this was karmic. This was meant to make you make movement, and I feel like it's a very slow process, Aquarius, that it's like you're trying to regain your sense of mental configuration is what Spirit is saying. And this Hierophant this is an up-leveling, right? It's traditional values perhaps as well, but it's like all of a sudden you're seeing a bigger picture, and now it's like, okay, now I have to learn, now I have to know, now I have to understand why that, I always see this Page of Swords on this deck, and she's tiptoeing across that pole, right? She's tiptoeing. She's a student. You're becoming the student of life again. That I think that whatever lesson this brought in for you over, and Spirit saying over the month of September into October, it's whatever lesson has occurred in September. October is giving you the space to learn about this, to understand it. That maybe jumping full throttle initially into something that you thought was going to be a good idea maybe didn't serve your higher purpose at the end of the day. But now the light bulb has gone off, right? Like she's got 4 of them there. The light bulb is clicked, it's turned on. And now it's starting to see something that I think that you've missed before as well. So, it's a messenger, right? It's a messenger, it's a student. Spirit just said it is the need to be a student again. It is the need to learn and open up and examine. So allow that to happen. I don't know, what Spirit's telling me also, you could be dealing with a Pisces as well. We got Taurus and Aries here too. Don't be nosy. I don't know where that came from this card, but don't be nosy either. Be nosy in the sense if you're learning, but don't be nosy in the sense of other people's business. So let's get you guys some advice. Let's see what's going on here. Advice for Aquarius, please. I'm going to give you my intuitive definition of this, and then we'll read the book. Master Healing, the Pink Rose of Lady Nada. All right. Let's see. One card for, there it is. 6th Ray of Devotion, the Heart Transmission. Open up that heart there, Aquarius. All right, 6th Ray of Devotion is a 7 to me. That 7 is, implementing boundaries as well. Again, I have 2 people on this card, both going off in a different direction, but this is also an elevation of your spiritual sense of what lives within you. This is to learning to cut loose and let things go and be free from situations. Yes, you've had mountains and hills to climb. Yes, there has been lessons to learn through this experience, but to allow your soul to be bare for the expression of learning is going to be very, very important for you, because I almost feel like in part of whatever this was, you lost yourself. It makes you feel almost like if I had to be vulnerable and transparent to everything that was going on, then it might make me feel like I was wrong about something. Of course, we don't want to be wrong, right? That's the ego. But also let that ego go enough to go, you know what, I'm willing to learn what it is that I'm meant to learn. I'm willing to understand what it is that I'm meant to understand. So let's see what the book says. Oops. And again, Aquarius, I apologize. It took me so long to get your reading out, guys, and I'm going to start getting on these much quicker, the weeklies and everything else. So, all right. 6th Ray of Devotion. The 6th Ray of Devotion bestows the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of a feeling. It is a gift of the strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the 6th Ray of Devotion appears, you are being given guidance that if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs can conquer obstacles. The Archangel Uriel helps you receive the blessings of the 6th Ray now. You are receiving a blessing of the 6th Ray of Devotion. It is serving your soul growth and will help you develop faith in your principles and trust in the power of your beliefs. You will be able to recognize and appreciate the extraordinary strength within you and realize that you have enough willpower to keep working towards your dream, overcoming any obstacle until you are divinely successful. The 6th Ray reminds you of the power of love, which can conquer anything and everything. Love is an empowering, motivating force far stronger than fear. Love is the foundation of authentic spiritual devotion. Devotion to the divine empowers us to bear burdens, overcome obstacles, and manifest all manner of beautiful visions in a world that may at first assure us that our dream is not possible. The sixth ray blesses you with spiritual stubbornness and sacred rebellion against any odds. The challenge with the sixth ray is to not become so anchored in your beliefs that you become fanatical, judging others because their beliefs are different. You can be unwavering in your adherence to your belief system and yet honor the fact that there are as many paths to divine union as there are people, that the ways the universe calls you home to love are unlimited. If you do not honor this, you may try to pull people from their own path, which can create unnecessary struggle for them and unnecessary karma for you. The best way to honor the blessing and minimize the challenge of this ray is to share your truth with an open heart and an open mind. Share without agenda. Like I said, self-serving, right? For those working with this energy, the power of mind and emotions will come into focus. You may need to channel your emotional and mental power into worthy projects or practices, balancing your intensity with lightness of heart and playfulness. You need to kick up the hills so that you don't become harsh or despairing if things appear not to be working out the way you believe they should. Then your faith can remind you love always finds a way. When Archangel Uriel connects with you, a tremendous power, the power of Earth, is brought to your aid. Uriel brings healing energy and ability to cause real effect in the physical world with your mental and emotional power. Remember, you are here to shine your light. Others can choose to use your light to see by until they are ready to discover their own inner light or not. It is not anything you need to worry about. Simply live your truth, trust in your heartfelt beliefs, and devote yourself to love. Finally, as the sixth ray has a special connection to religion and love, you are asked to hold the healing power of love in your heart for all those who are evolving through a life experience involving religious practice. This can help counterbalance the judgment and fear that exist in the hearts of many towards religion that are not their own or that have been the vehicle through which abuse has taken place. Religion on this planet at this time needs love, support, and encouragement to evolve, heal, and grow in whatever way ultimately serves divine love. There it is. I do. I really feel, Aquarius, like you've had a run-in with somebody that has drawn that light away from you, and maybe even your own experience of where you've sat, dimmed your own light where you were on a path. So the sun here, to end that, I'm not surprised. The sun being Leo, we've got Virgo, laundry's done, Cancer, could be dealing with a Sag, Aries, Leo, Taurus, Aries again. Could be any sign, really, at the end of the day. But I think you're transitioning through some of these powers of the other signs as well. Starting to take on that energy of those to move you forward, even if you think that it's not working out the way you think it should. So be patient right now, okay? All right, Aquarius, if you found this video resonated for you, I can't talk, hit that like, subscribe button, share, comment. Everything that I had in the store is going to the website, so it's holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. Readings are open and available as well. Please feel free to reach out via the email in the description box below in the About section of the page and the website to book your personal reading at this time. So I'm wishing you guys all the very best. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon and on the next one. Bye.